Okay, so you can see here the oil filter is removed. I need to unplug these sensors here before removing the whole stand so that nothing gets frayed or pulled in the process.
Alright, she's out. And you can see the next thing here, the oil cooler. Got some oil in it, so we're going to go ahead and get that out of there too. And yeah, all the sensors are free. You can see a bunch of Nest related crap there. Here's the oil filter flange. And there's the gasket we want to replace. With the gaps, it looks like it's maybe brittle, messed up, not sure. Anyway, it is original to the car, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to replace it. Alright, so we're gonna crack open the oil cooler here so we can replace the seal. Here is the replacement part. Okay, brand new. We gotta make sure those ears get attached. I tried this yesterday and this thing kept moving with it. So I found out it's going to move with it, but it will eventually crack. So I'm gonna give it a shot. So I think maybe I don't have the right seal because there's ears on this one and none on these, on this one. So you can tell it's in pretty bad shape, so I need to replace it. But it doesn't look like it's the right one. I mean, I'm sure this will fit, but I don't know if it's the right one, so I need to confirm. I don't see any ears on the oil cooler. Kind of see down there. Yeah, I don't see any ears to attach to. So, alright, well, back to the drawing board. So, shout out to UROTUNING for hooking me up with a gasket I needed last minute. I had made a mistake thinking that I ordered one of the two that I needed and I didn't have the other one. They couldn't find the part number that would match. I did some research and anyway, long story short, shout out to Alex at UROTUNING. They really took care of us here and got us this gasket that I needed, which goes to the front side of the oil cooler. It's just basically nothing more than this small O-ring here, right? But the one I have on my car is very old and definitely probably worn down, so good to go in fresh with a new gasket. So again, this is for the oil cooler. You'll notice that it doesn't have the two ears like the block side does, and yeah, it basically just affixes to the nut and keeps it all sealed up. So I'm gonna put this together now. So here's the one that I need to replace. Seems okay. Flat though. Okay, it's got the ears in place now.
Okay, so still got a little bit of a leak here, like you can see. Just gonna tighten it up a little bit more and keep an eye on it. And there you have it. No more leaks. Yay! So a couple of lessons learned here. There are two gaskets needed to do this job. One for the block side and one for the front side, seen here. And I just was missing the front side one that goes to that cap bolt mixture. But you just need to pay attention to the ears where you need to attach the rear ones that goes to the block side, and that's it. So another thing to watch out for is the oil cooler sensors. There are three of them. They could get kind of in the way, especially if you have a pressure gauge like I do. That required me to fish them out a couple of times and get it right. So definitely take your time in doing that. Another thing is the third bolt that's between the two long bolts holding the oil filter stand in place was extremely hard to get to. I mean, you could not get anything to fit in there. As you can see, I had to get a little creative here with my grab grip selfie stick, and I just took it apart and used it as kind of like a breaker bar against a eighth or a fourth socket wrench. So keep that in mind. That definitely was a little bit of a struggle getting it out and back in for that matter. There's really no way to fit a proper torque wrench in here, and so I would say get creative and best of luck. But it worked out pretty well and wasn't too bad. So there you have it. A couple days later, everything's still kind of dry down here. Don't mind this picture where it seems a little sweaty. It just needs to be cleaned. Yeah, that's about it. I've already started taking out the axle, at least preliminarily. I realized I don't have a triple square, the 8mm triple square necessary to pull out the bolts on the transmission side. That's just how the cookie crumbles, y'all. I mean, you usually have these things on hand and maybe have multiples. Sometimes you don't. But that's what happens when you don't pay attention to a car for a long time. You kind of misplace things, and anyway, it happens. So I've already got a snap-on 8mm on the way, so as soon as that gets here, we'll finish that up. Stay tuned for the next video that will cover that, and we'll also wrap up the clamps for the coolant hose, clean it all up, get some fluids back in the car, and get ready to rip. Alright, till next time, y'all. Peace.